Hey, how's it going, my friends? Welcome back to the Nerd Life. My name is Joshua, and today I have some N64 games to unpack for y'all. So, let's get into it. Alright, so we'll get into this little unpacking here. I got 3 N64 games. Pretty stoked to have these games, be able to play them again. I haven't played them since I was a kid. I can get them open. Alright. The first game here, Cruising USA. This is a game that I really enjoyed as a kid. Well, definitely on my top 5 racing games on the N64, which the N64 had a lot of great racing games on it. But yeah, this is definitely in my top 5. I played this game in the arcade a couple of times, but I always played this the most on the N64, and I can't wait to get back into this game again. Maybe even featured in the future episode of Retro Play. But yeah, Cruising USA, awesome to have again. Got these stickers on the back. We'll have to peel off carefully. The second game is another racing game, and that is Extreme G. I have Extreme G too, but I did not have the first one. These are like really fast-paced racing games, kind of like F-Zero. But honestly, I enjoy these games more than I do the F-Zero. As great as the F-Zero series is, I always enjoyed these games more. But yeah, happy to have the first one now. I don't know if they made a third one or not. Let me know in the comments if y'all know if they made a third one on a different system. But yeah, I think they only made 2 on the N64. But happy to have them. And the third and final game that I got is one that a lot of people would probably find boring and not that great, but it's one that I always counted on as a kid to be very relaxing and calming whenever I would be dealing with some stress. Like when it comes to school, I dealt with a lot of it, whether it be from schoolwork, homework, or being bullied. This is a game that always helped relax me, and that is Pokemon Snap. Now, growing up, I was never really a huge Pokemon fan. Never played any of the Game Boy games or the Stadium games, or had any of the trading cards. I watched the cartoon a little bit, but I just remember seeing this at my local rental store when I was a kid, or when I was, I think I was like 12, so I was still a kid. But this being the only Pokemon game they had available to rent at the time, they were out of Stadium, so I was like, you know what, I'll give this a shot. And I was glad I did, because when I got home and realized what kind of game it was, even though it wasn't like this action-packed RPG or whatever, I still enjoyed it. Like I said, it's kind of like a on-rail shooter, except you're just taking pictures of different Pokemon while you're moving along the trail. You can throw fruit and try to catch different Pokemon to score higher points. Like I said, it was just a game that I would pop in, and it was a very relaxing game for me. Super Mario 64 was the fun game that I played. That was not at all relaxing because some of the stars in Mario 64 are pretty aggravating to get, but this is the game that I always counted on to help relax me, relieve some of the stress that I was dealing with school. I always had a lot of fun with this game because of that, and seeing how many Pokemon I can actually just capture on film. But yeah, game that I'm very happy to have again, and hopefully I find it just as relaxing as I did back then, because man, I've been dealing with a lot of stress at work lately, and I could use a stress reliever like this. So, and as you can see, very clean label, very clean cartridge actually, so very happy about that. Like I said before, Lukey Games that hardly ever disappoints when it comes to that. This label's a little on the faded side, but I just got a little tear on the back, but cartridge is still in really good shape. This one is in great shape as well. So 3 N64 games here that I'm very, very happy to have again in my collection. Can't wait to play all 3 of these games. But that'll do it for this video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. If so, leave a like. Also, leave a comment down below. Thank y'all so much for watching. Have an awesome day, my friends. Take care.